Guys, I thought I would hop on here, say hi, kind of tell you guys a little bit about today's video. This is going to be just 6 meals that my family has had recently. It's kind of just a video for those of you that maybe don't want to see our farm life or things like that, that just want to see meals. So I'm going to share with you guys 6 dinners we've recently eaten. They aren't wild or crazy meals. I mean, sometimes I do like to make more elaborate meals with more steps and more like where you have to sit down and really pay attention to a recipe or whatever. But for the most part, I like to just kind of cook by feel, put things in there as I go, taste it as I go. And, you know, that's kind of how I've always been taught to cook. That's how I learned, and that's mostly how I cook. But then there are some things I make that require more of a recipe and such. But I just kind of wanted to share with you guys some different meals we've eaten. Maybe they'll inspire you to try some of them. Maybe there's something that you haven't eaten in a while that you'll think, oh, we should make that, something like that. But let's jump into it, and I'll share with you guys, again, 6 dinners that I've made for my family of 7 recently. Okay, the first meal we are going to share today is these pork loins. They are a smoked bacon pork tenderloin. I put 2 of them in the slow cooker on 350 degrees until it was done cooking, and sliced it up because I forgot to put it on the smoker. And then we have some ranch beans and baked beans. And then I made up a little mac and cheese. I just boiled a pound of elbow macaroni, drained those, added a packet of the Velveeta cheese sauce, some shredded up cheese, and a little bit of butter. And I just kept mixing it. And then we added a little more shredded cheese, some onion powder, salt, and black pepper. And again, I'm just stirring it around, still trying to get that butter to melt. My kids absolutely love gooey, stringy mac and cheese, so they will be super happy about that. Here it is, finished and ready to serve up on their plates, and all kinds of stringy like they like it. We have really gotten into the habit of doing the pork tenderloins because meat prices have gone up so much, but those are staying at a pretty decent price. I also went ahead and made James, Mika, and myself a baked potato to go with our dinner, just because James and I were wanting a baked potato, and Mika isn't real big on macaroni. Okay, so I'm getting my slow cooker liner on for my second meal I'm going to share with you guys, and then we are going to throw together dinner before we have to head out the door. So for this meal, we are doing a root beer chicken. I did a video a while back for a bunch of dump and go freezer meals. I will share it in the description box below if you want the recipes for any of the dump and go meals that I happen to share in this video. But for this root beer chicken, it's already thawed out. I put it in my slow cooker, and now I'm just kind of moving the chicken around, trying to make sure it's all down in the sauce. And I'm going to let this slow cook on low all day long, and then we will shred it up and put it right back in the sauce, and it'll be ready to go on our sandwiches tonight. To go with this, I am also going to be making this Josie's Organics coleslaw. It has a recipe for some sauce on the back, so I'm making that up instead of making my own that I normally make, just to give it a try, and we'll see if we like it. And once I get this made up, I'm just going to put it in the fridge and let it kind of chill all day long while our food cooks. I am so glad that I have these freezer meals on hand for things on days that life is just busy. Because right now, I have physical therapy 2 to 3 times a week. I have a couple of kids that have speech and occupational therapy twice a week. And that leaves me home maybe sometimes 1 day a week. And all of those are bright and early in the morning. So for us, it's just such a lifesaver to have meals ready. I don't have to rush to try to cook things before bedtimes or before church. It's just ready to go. I, however, think I'm down to like 2 or 3 meals I need to check, but I'm running low on meals, so I need to start making a list up and a grocery plan so that I can make some more, that's for sure. So back to this meal. I went ahead, shredded my chicken up, put it back in the sauce, and then we made up some baked beans because the kids will literally eat those every night if it's an option. We have our coleslaw, we have some barbecue sauce, and some buns. Some of the kids had coleslaw on the side. I put mine right on top of my meat because that's how I like to have them. And then that's it. That's dinner tonight. Okay, tonight we are doing a sheet pan dinner of just no muss, no fuss, throw it all together type of meal here. So for starters, I peeled and washed and sliced up some purple sweet potatoes. I coated those with a little bit of olive oil, and I just put them on a parchment paper lined sheet pan. I'm going to put these in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, maybe a little longer, just until they're soft. And I'm just seasoning these up with a little bit of salt, and that is it. I was just going to boil and mash these, but my kids really liked them the last time I did them in a sheet pan, and they asked me if I would just do that again. So I said, sure. So here we are, and that is what inspired me to do the rest of our food on sheet pans. So we have some tempura green beans. These are the Tattooed Chef brand. My kids absolutely love those. And then we have some hush puppies. And then I divided my sheet pan with my foil, and I have some tilapia on one side, some salmon on the other. I seasoned it all with the sweet paprika seafood seasoning, and that's all going in the oven for 15 minutes. And then over here, I boiled some bow tie pasta, drained them, added a little bit of butter, a whole bag of spinach, and some Alfredo sauce. And I'm just going to kind of stir this around until our spinach is just kind of wilted, but not too bad. So we have some spinach Alfredo to go with our dinner tonight. I thought I would just make enough that we have plenty for lunch tomorrow with the leftovers, and everybody can pick what they want tonight and tomorrow for lunch, and everybody will be happy. And yeah, it's just all ready to go now. So here is my dinner plate tonight. The kids had already taken all of the salmon before I got there, but I'm just fine with tilapia. I'm not a picky person. So there you go. That's my dinner tonight. Okay, the next meal I'm sharing with you guys is beef stroganoff. I'm making this the way James likes it. If I was making it for just me and the kids, I would add a whole chopped onion, but he does not like onions, so I just have to sneak those in there a little bit. But we browned our ground beef, drained off the grease, added a pound of sliced mushrooms, some onion powder, salt, black pepper, and some Worcestershire sauce. And then I added a whole can of beef consomme, and I'm going to add a little bit of water when I add my noodles just to help them cook through, but I want them to cook in the pan with the broth and the ground beef and stuff, just to kind of add that flavor into the mushrooms a little better. Something else I'll be adding is just a few spoonfuls of Lipton onion soup mix. I have a bulk amount of this in a great big mason jar, so I'm just adding a few tablespoons, about 3.5 tablespoons of onion soup mix. So we have our egg noodles and about 2 cups of water in here now. We are just going to stir this around as it cooks until our noodles are cooked through, and then we will be adding our cream of mushroom to add the creaminess to it. Now, I usually add a cup of sour cream, but our sour cream went bad, and I did not realize that until I was almost done making this and it was time to add it. But I dug around in the fridge and improvised, and I found some whipped cream cheese in there. We were out of bagels. They'd already eaten them all. So I thought, hey, we'll just scoop this in here, throw it in. I mean, it's not really too much of a difference, I wouldn't think. So I added it. It turned out really good and creamy. I had 2 cream of mushrooms, but I only used 1. I just wasn't sure how much I was going to need to make this big of a pot, and so I just took out 2. But anyways, there we have our cream cheese and the can of cream of mushroom. I'm going to stir this around and get it mixed up and ready to serve. And then we just put those potato rolls in a bowl in the microwave for 30 seconds, got them warm and soft and ready to go. And that's going to be our dinner tonight. I also took out some whipped honey. I had purchased this a few months back and forgotten about it, but I never even knew it was a thing. I saw it at the store and I thought, oh, we have to try that. And then it sat on the shelf. So I thought, hey, we'll, put that on the table tonight. Anybody that wants it with their rolls can have it and see if they like it. And every one of the kids said it was wonderful, and they thought it was like the greatest thing ever. There was no rolls left when dinner was done, and about half of our stroganoff was eaten, and the other half will be for lunch tomorrow. All right, for our 5th meal, we are doing some charcoal grilled pork chops. So we have this lemon pepper seasoning I got on sale. I marinated them with that for about 5 hours, and then we're just going to charcoal those. This is what they look like after 5 hours in the fridge. To go with that, we are going to be making some tortellini Alfredo, some fried potatoes, some glazed carrots, and salad. I just chopped up my potatoes, put them in a pan with some oil and some charcoal seasoning. We're letting those cook. Over here, I'm going to boil my tortellini, and this is the spinach olive oil Alfredo sauce from Crow's Market. It's just warming up in the back. We already got our sauce on top of our tortellini now. And then I warmed up the glazed mushrooms for the kids. I have a few kids who absolutely love, not glazed mushrooms, glazed carrots. Absolutely love glazed carrots. And then I just threw together a quick salad because I've been craving salad. All right, the last meal I'm sharing with you guys is this Greek chicken. It's another freezer meal I made. We will be making this one over and over and over and over again. It is so good. So I used this Newman's Greek salad dressing in this and some lemon juice. I don't remember if that was it or not. I'll share the recipe in the description box below. But we're slow cooking this all day, and we're going to make some 2-ingredient flatbreads to go with it. I have some Greek chicken that was in a dump and go freezer meal in the slow cooker. It's ready to go, and we are going to make a 2-ingredient flatbread to go with it, and that'll be our dinner tonight before church. I am going to make like a Mediterranean salad to go with it as well. I will leave a link to the recipe in the description box below for these, but it is literally just Greek yogurt and self-rising flour, and it turned out so well. I was surprised. I really wanted to try this. I pinned it months ago, and then I just kept putting it off because I didn't want to waste money on Greek yogurt if it didn't turn out. But it did, and we will be making these again.
I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is. You're watching me like you wanted me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that you keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless. I'm out of patience, I'm out of feels, but I guess I'm waiting around for something real. I'm going crazy, like what's the deal? 'Cause I want you to show me what you feel. You're watching me like you wanted me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that you keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless.
While our dough rests, I'm going to go ahead and get our salad together to go with our dinner. So I'm cutting up some cucumbers, some red onion, and some tomatoes, nice and small little diced pieces, and then we are going to just mix those up really good to go on top of our flatbreads.
What if the world had more of your smile? if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away, standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. 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 I'm dreaming of you. What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope.
Maddie and I had a ton of fun making these, but I definitely think we should have rolled them out and left them a little thicker than we did. They ended up more like a kind of thick tortilla than a flatbread, but we lived, we learned, and we will do this again.
You fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away, standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you.
What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Dreaming of you.
For Maddie's plate, I just put a little bit of chicken in a bowl. I put some of the salad in there, some feta cheese, and some extra Greek yogurt on her plate with her flatbread so she could kind of try everything out and see how she felt about everything. She especially loved the flatbread because she helped make those. This was my plate tonight. This was so good, and CJ especially loved it because he loves anything Mediterranean, and he was so excited about this when he saw it. But it was delicious, and we will absolutely be making more of this freezer meal and making this dinner again, and the flatbreads we will be making again as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below so we can chat, and I will see you guys soon with another new video. Bye.